Hey everyone, so today I am going to be doing a little ship with me type of a video for you. Normally I don't film any ship with me just because I usually ship like as soon as I get the order or as soon as I can after getting the order. But since my weekend sales were minimal, I didn't have any sales Saturday morning to ship out. So normally I would ship out Saturday morning while the post office is open, and then any sales that I get after that I will then ship on Monday. And since Monday the post office was closed, I decided that I was just going to kind of hold off on packaging everything up until today, Tuesday morning, and share it with you, because that's kind of the best scenario for me, to have a couple of packages at a time that won't be late, show you my process, which is not ideal at the moment, but this is what I'm working with. So yeah, we have 5 things to ship out, and excitingly enough, I finally had my first Depop sale, and actually I had 2 sales back to back, so very exciting. I tried out Depop just like a month or 2 ago, and I was very inconsistent with it until like about maybe a week or 2 ago, and then I was very consistent. I was listing multiple items every day, and yeah, I actually cross-listed. I will share with you Depop sales, eBay sales, and Poshmark sales. I didn't have any sales on Mercari, so that's the only one that I won't be sharing with you that I do also sell on. But yeah, let's get started. We'll start with the easier things. We're gonna start with Poshmark. Currently, I have my Dymo printer set up down here. I plug it in right there. I usually have my computer here and print out the labels. And then I usually actually package it in the other section that I'll share with you, where my eBay and Depop stuff is. But at the moment it is here. Eventually I would like to put it, oh no, you're gonna see a very scary site. Eventually I'm going to actually put it up there. That's where I want my shipping station to be, but at the moment that's my death pile. Here are my 2 Poshmark packages. I've got one that I'm just going to put in one of these bubble poly mailers. I don't know, what do you call this actually? It has a name. I'm going to put this in the padded flat rate envelope. I actually really like to use these if it fits, just because it's got the bubble, and so I feel like it gives a little bit of extra padding or extra cushion protecting it. I know a lot of people like the Tyveks. I do have them, but I prefer not to use them if I can help it. And the other one I have is right here. I'll show you what they are in a minute. And I'm not sure which box it's going to fit in, but I have 2 post office boxes that I get for free. Both of these, or all 3 of these, I get for free from the post office. Order them online and have them delivered to me free. And then if I put something in a box, I usually will wrap it in packing paper. So this I just get from the dollar store at the moment. I think eventually, once I have my setup and once I have space for a larger pack, I will start ordering them online. But for right now, I need smaller packaging, so Dollar Tree works. Here you're on one of my piles of clothes. So we're gonna start easy. We're gonna start with the first Poshmark item that we are just gonna put into here, and I will print out for these. I will print out the label first, just so I can lay it flat, and then I'll put the item in. And I usually do check to make sure it's gonna fit, so kind of eyeball it. I think that'll fit just fine. These are, I'll put it over here for you. These are the House of Harlow white wide leg, very lightweight pants. They've got a little bit of a what is it, palm tree embossed or debossed print on them, and I did accept a pretty low offer, purely because I was not having sales like I just mentioned, and I was hoping to get the ball rolling. I'm not sure if that really worked, but I did end up accepting it because I just needed some sales. Normally I would not have accepted this low of an offer, and I could have countered, but I just did. As you can see, I have my laptop set up here. I just printed the label. I'm not going to show it to you. This is going to, I believe, Montana. Is that MO? Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this. But I believe that's where it is going. So let's go ahead and stick this in there. I don't think I need to refold it because I think it'll fit just fine. And I am going to take this bag and reuse this for the next item. Alright, so I do that and then I just fold it over and secure it, and that'll be that package. I don't put any extra packing in here just because I think it's a little unnecessary. It's already protected, it's already padded, so I don't really worry about wrapping it. Like I said, if it's in a box, that's when I usually will wrap it. Sometimes I feel like, I know it's secure, but I just feel better about putting some extra securing adhesive onto these just to make sure that they're okay in transit and don't get opened in transit accidentally, or the tape just comes undone, or not the tape, the glue for some reason comes undone. So I do like to secure it a little bit more, and because I don't want to waste my tape, or my packing tape, I end up using these priority mail stickers. For this type of packaging, just to do the edges, I just use this roll, which are the smaller size, like that. And what I will do is I will literally just secure it so it's a little more secure on there. And usually I'll do it to both sides, even though technically only one side usually needs it. Now we're done. Put that over there and we can move on to the next item. The next item is a Pendleton, like shacket almost. And this is actually really, really nice. And again, I did accept a lower offer because I just wasn't having sales, and I wanted to try and drum up sales. I feel like every time I do that, I know it's supposed to work in the algorithm, but I'm not sure it actually works for me. But it's okay. I'm still okay with the sale. I still made a profit. So this is a really nice Pendleton, I'll put the picture here, button up, and it's plaid, and I finally sold something Pendleton. I finally figured it out. Plaid sells. So now I know what to pick up going forward, and I'm actually still excited about the sale. It's a 50% off sale, or it was a 50% off offer, and I did accept that, but it was still 50 bucks. So I'm still happy with that. So let's get to packaging this. I think I will have to refold that so that it fits a little bit better, but we'll take our packing paper, lay it out, oh, I forgot my tape, and wrap this up. My heat turned on, kicked on, and the vent is literally right next to where I was filming that section. and it was so loud. So it is still on. Hopefully it's not too bad in the background, but we're at least not right next to the vent right now. We are actually gonna move on to this section, which is where I normally actually package up my stuff because I'm usually doing like one at a time. Here we have the 2 Depop sales, and then we also have the big sale right here. So I think I'm gonna do the Depop sales first because I feel like that's the second easiest. I have not shipped anything through Depop yet though, so we'll see how this goes. First item that sold on Depop, I'll try and show you. I will put a picture of it here, but this is from, what is this? Lauren Ralph Lauren, I believe. And it is a chunky, like, cable knit, and it's navy. And actually right under here in this cube below is where I put all of my Ziploc bags that I'm done with that I can use for new clothing items. So that's where I just put that. And even though it'll be a bit bulky, I think I'm going to use my smaller of my 2 poly bags. I have 2 sizes, one small, one big. I believe this is a 10 by 13, if I'm correct. And I think it'll just fit in there. I don't know, actually. It might not. Let me test it first before I actually, you know, do everything. Let's see. Can we shove it in there? Hate to say that, but like... prefer to ship in these smaller bags. I guess it probably doesn't matter on Depop. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if it matters on Depop, like the size of the bag or not, or if it's literally just by weight. I'm not sure. But look, I got it to fit. So we're going to use this bag. So I think what I'm going to do is just print out my label real quick, see how that goes, and just make sure that it's not a priority. I don't think it is, but again, I haven't shipped with Depop before, so I'm going to make sure it's not priority. I did double check that it is ground shipping, so we're just going to go ahead and package this up. I also saw on the label that it was up to 2 pounds, so we are going to weigh it and just make sure. Go ahead and weigh it. Turn this on. Oh good, we are under 2 pounds, so we are good to go. I'm going to smack the label on, and this will be our 3rd item for sale from Depop. Oh, by the way, this one's going to California. But I did want to mention that I do, if it doesn't like totally mess it up, I like to put the label just slightly over where I folded it, just for some extra security that it's not going to open up in transit. So I do the tape on the side if I feel like it needs it, and then I will put the shipping label just slightly on top of the fold of where I folded it over. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This one is United Knitwear. Again, I will put the photo here for you. It is like a chunkier sweater. This one is also going to California. We're going to weigh it real quick. I always weigh my eBay packages, so I'm just going to do the same. Oh yeah, it's actually way under. I probably could have put this at a lower shipping, but it was like just under, like point whatever grams, but that's okay. Whatever. It is what it is. So we are going to put this label on. Again, we're going to cover a little bit of the overlap here. And our next one is good to go. So we have a pair of Sperry shoes. Really nice shoes here. The other one is actually in the box. I am going to package these up slightly off camera, but I've got a bunch of brown packing paper to fill the box. I also have these little puff things that if I have them, I do like to stuff them inside the shoe. There we go, just to help keep its shape a little bit. And then I will take that same packing paper and I will wrap them up. And normally I use more of a square box, But since these are so big and long, I got this long box. So my dimensions that I put into eBay will not be correct, but we'll figure out shipping and hopefully it's not too bad. Seeing all sorts of angles today. For shoes, I try and use only one paper per shoe. Now we got our shoe burrito. Second one. The box is all packaged up. That's what it looks like. Now before I can get a label, I am going to weigh this and measure it. My little notepad out. So it weighs 2 pounds and 6 ounces. Of course, we will round up just 1 ounce just in case. And we will take my measuring tape here. It is, and again, we'll round up a little bit if it's not even, so we'll just say 7. By 6. Again, I am rounding up, but that's okay. By 18. Sorry for the loud noise. So it is 7 by 6 by 18. It weighs 2 pounds and 6 ounces. Again, I rounded up on my measurements. I will round up on the weight, and we will print out our label. This is definitely not the measurements I had in there, so hopefully I'm not getting charged extra for the shipping. We'll see. Okay, I just checked and we are good to go. The shipping was the same. I will say that there's a tiny bit of the stickery stuff still on there, so I am going to put the label over top of that. And then we will be done. I'll show you at the end my 5 packages. Here's my stack of packages. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Doing this has taken so much more time to film this than it would have taken me to package these up without filming. So everyone who does ship with me, it's like kudos to you, because man, this took so much longer. But maybe once I have my shipping process streamlined, it'll be easier, because right now I'm like bouncing all over the room to do the different things. But there we go. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care, everyone. Bye.